good morning to one and all. Once again we are back for the second part of our this lesson. Okay, Nelson Mandela. So today we shall begin from this first paragraph of 20. Page number is 20. If you have book, you can take it. Okay, page number 20, and it is first paragraph. Let me read it and explain. Today, that day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of my people whose sufferings and courage can never be counted or repaid. I felt that day, as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. That long and noble line ended and now began again with me. I was spent that I was not able to thank them and that they were not able to see what their sacrifices had wrought. So, in the first paragraph of this 20, page number 20 speaks that one, but this is during the time of this, Nelson Mandela, when he was taking the pledge as a president of South Africa, that time he is reminded of these freedom fighters. Here you can see some of the photos are given. Okay, so this photo is not color photo. Okay, unfortunately it is a black and white photo. If you have book, you can go through it. So in this paragraph, he is reminded of those patriots. Okay, those freedom fighters, those who have lost their lives. Okay, and he is remembering them, and he is telling that one, I am sad that they did not see their results today, and they are not here that I could not thank them. The next one. The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. All of us will spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt. But the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect. That was that it produced the Oliver Thomas, the Walter Sisulu, the Chief Luthulis, and the Yusuf Dadus, the Brown Fiskers, and the Robert Sobukwe. Okay, these are the names. Okay, these are the names of the freedom fighters. Okay, the freedom fighters who fought along with this Nelson Mandela. Okay, the photos are given here. You can see it. So in this paragraph, what Nelson Mandela is telling us is this: the pain or else the fight what they fought for the freedom. Okay, that gave birth. Okay, that gave birth to so many freedom fighters. As I read the names, and as the photo also is here, you can see it. Okay, so here the word is there, but profound. Okay, profound means deep and strong. With profound faith and courage, they fought for the freedom. Okay, then the next one. Courage, wisdom, and generosity and their like may never be known again. Perhaps it requires such depth of operation to create such heights of character. My country is rich in the minerals and gems that lies beneath its soil, and I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people, finer and truer than the purest diamonds. So, in this paragraph, Nelson Mandela is addressing to all the people, those who are present for the ceremony. Here he is telling that one, I know that my country is rich of these natural resources. Okay, here it is there that lies beneath its soil. Beneath means underneath, niche. Okay, so beneath its soil, the natural resources is natural resources are there. That is known to Nelson Mandela. And Mandela is telling that one, beside that natural resources, the people of this country, South Africa, also the people of or the tribe of this South Africa are more important than natural resources. That one, he has compared the tribes or the people of that South Africa is even finer than the purest diamonds. Okay, this is how the people or the tribe of South Africa is important to whom? Nelson Mandela. Even they are more important than the purest diamond. So it is from these comrades in the struggles. Comrades means the companions. Okay, I have not written here. The companions, especially not peer groups or companions, but when we go for this war against some country or something like that, when among soldiers, the companions will be there. They are called what? Comrades. So it is from these comrades in the struggle that I learned the meaning of courage. Time and again, I have seen men and women risk their lives for an idea. I have seen men stand up to attacks and torture without breaking, showing a strength and resilience defies that imagination. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. So here in this paragraph, Nelson Mandela is recollecting the companions or the comrades whom he lost. Okay, whom he lost during the fight against the freedom. In this paragraph, he is recollecting those comrades whom he had lost. So, and here he is telling that one, they bore the pain. Okay, when they fought for the freedom, they bore the pain and they faced the difficulties with resilience. Resilience means the ability to deal hardship. Okay, that's the meaning of resilience. So that is what Nelson Mandela found in his comrades or in his companions. Then he is telling about here what the difference between the fear and courage. So courage is not the absence of fear, but courage is not the one who doesn't fear, but courage, according to Nelson Mandela, is the person one who conquers the fear is called courage. The next paragraph. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to human hearts than its opposite. Opposite in the sense that hate. Even in the grimmest means the saddest moment. Okay. Even in the grimmest time in prison, when my comrades and I were pushed to our limits. Pushed to our limits means the last stage of bearing the pain. Okay, that is the meaning of push to our limits. I would see a glimmer of humanity in one of the guards, perhaps just for a second, but it was enough to reassure me and keep me going. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. Extinguished means to go away or else disappear. Okay. So in this paragraph, Mandela is recollecting his experience, how he spent in the prison for how many years? 30 years. Not 3 days or 3 months or 3 years, but 30 years. Okay, 30. Okay, that is what he is recollecting in this paragraph. Okay, what is telling that one? When he was in the prison for 30 years with his companions, he had a lot of problems and difficulties or the hardship. Okay, even they were pushed to the last limit of bearing the pain or else the difficulties, but they did not retaliate. So here one thing he recollecting, one good quality of the comrades, the guard, one was in charge of the prison. Okay, even the God also was moved to kindness. Okay, seeing our difficulties also problem. This is the meaning of this paragraph. So in life, every man has the twin obligations. Obligation to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children. And he has an obligation to his people and his community, including his countrymen. In a civil and human society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclinations and abilities. Inclinations means natural tendencies. Okay, natural tendencies, inclinations. But in a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both of those obligations. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. Okay, isolated means pushed to the corner. Okay, or else not given what he is supposed to be given. That is the meaning of isolate. Okay, in South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably. Okay, inevitable means unavoidable. What you cannot avoid. That is called inevitable. Inevitably ripped from his family and his home and was forced to live a life apart. A twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family. But in attempting to serve my people, I found that I was prevented. Prevented means not allowed. Okay, that is the meaning of prevented. From fulfilling my obligations as a son, a brother, and a father, and a husband. So in the 21st page, okay, last paragraph, I am dealing this one. 21st page, the last paragraph. So in this paragraph, what Mandela is telling that he has, every man or else every person has got two obligations. Okay, so first obligation is he has obligation to his, or he or she has obligation to himself or else herself, to his near and dear ones or else family members. That's the first obligation. And the second one is the obligation towards his tribe or else his custom or else to his own countrymen. That's the second obligation. So, the two obligations you understood what are things. Okay? So, beside that one, here Mandela is recollecting that I was not born. Who? Mandela was not born that he was not born to be under slavery or something like that. He was born to be free. Okay, when he realized that his first obligation was done. But the second obligation, the obligation to fulfill towards his countrymen or towards his tribe, also towards his the people. Okay, I mean especially the countrymen here it is meant the black skinned people of South Africa. So the obligation towards them was restricted. So that is he realized. Okay, then he is telling that one, the obligation towards, okay, to my countrymen or to my tribe is unavoidable. Okay, that we cannot avoid. Okay, a man should enjoy both the obligations. That is the meaning of this paragraph. Now I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free in every way that I could know. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut. Free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village. Free to roast mealies under the star. Mealies means the kernel of a kernel. Kernel or center point. Okay. Center point of something else. That is called what a meal is. Okay. So meal is under the stars ride and a broad backs of slow moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my fathers and abided by my custom of my tribe, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. So in this paragraph, Mandela is telling that he was not born to be free. Okay? Or he was not born with a hanger to be free. Okay? He was born to be free. Okay? So, he is recollecting that his freedoms were enjoyed when he was at home, or also when he was in and around his house. Okay? He was, so there was no restriction, okay, for his freedom to enjoy in his house, or also beside his home. I mean, here he has mentioned the mother's hut, or else swimming in the clear stream, that stream or else a river. Okay, you know that the stream. Okay, okay, getting into that stream or else getting into that kind of hut. Okay, it was not prevented to him, but when he came to know that he was prevented as a man who can do for his countrymen, or also who can do for his tribes. So in that line he was prevented. Okay. And it was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion. Okay, in this paragraph we are going to see in which way he was prevented, or let's say in which area he was not given freedom. Okay, so it was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion. Illusion means not real. Okay, when I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. The transitory freedom. Transitory means not a permanent. Okay, temporary. The transitory freedom of being able to stay out at night, read what I pleased and go where I chose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I aimed for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of learning my keep, my marrying, and having a family, and a freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. So, in this paragraph, Mandela is telling that his freedom as a student, or freedom as a countryman. Okay, his freedom is not given to him. In this paragraph, he is recollecting. I mean, as a student, he was not allowed to study further. Okay, so he was not allowed to move in the town so-called the Johannesburg. Okay, so this is the freedom he lacked. Then the next one. But when I slowly saw that not only I was prevented of this sort of problem, but my brothers and sisters were not free. I saw that it was not just my freedom that was curtailed, means reduced. Okay, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. That is when I joined the African National Congress, and that is when the hunger for my own freedom became a greater hunger for the freedom of my people. It was this desire for the freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect that animated my life and transformed a frightening young man into a bold one. That drove a law-abiding attorney to become a criminal, that turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home. Okay, that forced a life-loving man to live like a monk. I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than the next man, but I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and the limited freedom I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. Freedom is indivisible. Okay, that means it cannot be broken into some part or else to some particular people. Freedom should be for all. The chains of any one of my people were the chains on all of them. the chains on all of my people were the chains on me. So in this paragraph, Mandela is telling that one. Okay, in this paragraph, Mandela is recollecting that slowly, he was not the person to suffer, or he was not the only person in his family to suffer this freedom of not getting, but even his family members, his brothers or his sister or father, everybody suffered the same problem. Okay, then he told that one, this situation forced me to join in the African National Congress, and he fought for the freedom. A man who was loving to live as a family man, at home he was sent to prison. A man who was aspiring to live as a family man, along with wives or also with his children, he was forced to live as a man. Then the last paragraph of today's chapter it goes like this. I knew that the oppressor must be liberated just as surely as the oppressed. A man who takes away another man's freedom as a prisoner or hatred. He locked behind the bars of prejudice and a narrow-mindedness. I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom, just as surely as I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. The oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. So in the last or concluding para of this chapter, Mandela is telling that one, if someone's freedom is taken by someone else, then the man who takes the freedom, okay, even he also is not free. Why he is not free means he is behind the bar of this prejudice, or else he is behind the bar of this narrow-mindedness. Okay, that's why the person one who takes the freedom or also grab the freedom of another, even he also is not free. So that is what the Mandela is telling in the last paragraph and concluding this topic. Nelson Mandela, the long walk to freedom. So this topic comes to an end with 2 videos. So kindly watch 2 videos and you will understand better. So question and answer I will give you in a PDF form. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.